The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Talk about this Will Smith, Chris Rock situation. Now, recently, Chris Rock had his Netflix special where everybody was waiting for him to address the Will Smith situation. I thought it was a funny video. I thought it was a funny special. A lot of women had a lot to say. They were criticizing him, saying that he shouldn't have called Jada the B word and he should have been more respectful and all this and all that. But me personally, I enjoyed the special and I thought he was spot on with his roast of Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. So first, what I want to do is I want to recap what he said. So we're going to get that going. And so we're going to recap that.
Pacquiao.
We're going to some comments. Let's go.
Shit,
Here
man.
we go.
Did it hurt? Yeah, motherfucker, it hurt. And people are, well, you guys are fighting all the time. We're not fighting. First of all, I know you can't tell on camera. Will Smith is significantly bigger than me.
Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear the audio, I know a lot of times with this copyright shit, they don't like to let the audio play. If you can hear the audio, hit 1. Hit the number 1 for me if you can hear the Chris Rock audio.
We are not the same size, okay? We are not. This guy, Will Smith does movies with his shirt off. You've never seen me do a movie with my shirt off. If I'm in a movie getting open heart surgery, I got on a sweater. Will Smith played Muhammad Ali in a movie. You think I auditioned for that part? He played Muhammad Ali. I played Pookie in New Jack City.
Real quick, shout out to my man JP. Believe it or not, JP, hit the link if you want to join in the show. And anyone else, we're gonna have an open panel tonight. So if anybody wants to join in, I have posted the link to the chat. I have started. So all you have to do is click the link. If you want to join in, I'll let you on in and we can have this discussion together.
Pookie, motherfucker. I played a piece of corn in Pootie Tang. Shit, even in animation, this motherfucker's bigger. I'm a zebra, he's a shark. What the fuck, man? But Will Smith practices selective outrage. Practices selective outrage. Because everybody knows what the fuck happened. Everybody that really knows I had nothing to do with that shit. I didn't have any entanglements. I did not have any entanglement. And then for people that don't know, and everybody knows, his wife was fucking her son's friend, okay? Now, I normally would not talk about this shit. But for some reason, these niggas put that shit on the internet. I have no idea why two talented people would do something that fucking low down. What the fuck? We all been cheated on. Everybody in here been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television. Bodies!
He's going in.
None of us. It's like, hey, I was sucking somebody else's dick. How did that make you feel? Why the fuck would you do that shit? She hurt him way more than he hurt me, okay? Okay? And by the way, he does that shit. Everybody in the world called him a bitch. I tried to call the motherfucker and give him my condolences. He ain't pick up for me. Everybody Everybody called that man a bitch. Fucking Charlemagne called him a bitch, and the Breakfast Club called him a bitch, and the View and the Talk and every rapper and the Drink Champs called him a fucking bitch. Everybody called him a bitch. They called his wife a predator. Everybody called him a bitch. Everybody.
Real quick, fair use. We are reviewing this audio under the Fair Use Act.
And who's he hit? Me. A nigga he know he could beat. That is some bitch ass shit. That's what the fuck happened, okay? The fuck out of here, man. The fuck?
Come on,
What the fuck? I do nothing to this motherfucker, okay? His whatever. Years ago, his wife said I should quit the Oscars. I shouldn't host. She fucking said he should quit because Will didn't get nominated for concussion. What the fuck? What the fuck? So then I do some jokes about her. Who gives a fuck? That's how it is. She started, I finish it, okay? That's what the fuck happened. Nobody's picking on this bitch. She started this shit.
Let's go. My man Chris Rock is on fire.
Nobody was picking on her. Nobody was picking on her. She said, me, a fucking grown-ass man, should quit his job because her husband didn't get nominated for concussion. And then this nigga gives me a fucking concussion, okay? What the fuck, man? I love Will Smith. My whole life, I love this nigga. I saw him open up for Run DMC at the Nassau Coliseum. These niggas made brand new funk. I love this nigga. He made some great movies. I have rooted for Will Smith my whole life. I root for this motherfucker, okay? And now, I watch Emancipation just to see him get whooped. Got me rooting for Massa, okay? Hit him again, Massa. Hit him again. You missed the spot, Massa. You missed the spot. And a lot of people go, Chris, how come you didn't do nothing back? How come you didn't do nothing back that night? Because I got parents. That's why. Because I was raised. Okay? I got parents. And you know what my parents taught me? Don't fight in front of white people.
All right, so that was it, man. So that was like the last 5 minutes of the show. Of course, I thought the other 45 minutes of the show was great, but that last 5 minutes of the show pretty much stamped the special. And I want to just talk about that briefly before we get on to the main topic. Now, in my opinion, Chris Rock is a perfect example of a man who's playing chess. Okay? Chris Rock didn't move with his emotions, unlike Will Smith. See, instead of fighting Will Smith back, he played it cool. He kept Will Smith on ice. Which is a better idea than trying to fight him back and risk getting his ass whooped live at the Oscars. Because that's what Will Smith wanted, right? He wanted to target Chris Rock because he knew he could beat him, just like Chris Rock said. But Chris Rock played it cool. See, Chris Rock could have pressed charges on Will Smith. He could have pressed charges. He could have sued him for millions and tens of millions, or maybe even $100 million. He could have sued the fuck out of Will Smith, but he didn't do it. He played it smart. He played chess. He didn't move with his emotions. And what he did was, he put that nigga on ice, right? He sat back. He waited damn near a year, and he took the best offer. Netflix offered this man $40 million for 2 specials. But the main reason they offered him the $40 million is because they knew he was going to address the issue. So boom, number one, he wins. He gets $40 million, right? He gets $40 million. Plus, he made Will Smith and Jada have to eat more jokes. Now, what can Will Smith and Jada do at this point? Absolutely nothing. They can do absolutely nothing. Because number one, the statute of limitations is not up. So he can't say anything about it because Chris Rock could still press charges, which he obviously isn't doing. He could still press charges. He could still sue him, but he didn't do any of that. He played it cool. He didn't tarnish his own reputation, and he got paid $40 million. So to all of these people out here, and it's mainly been a lot of, and this is not to bash anyone, but it's been a lot of black women who have been coming out saying Chris Rock isn't funny, he's corny, Will Smith was just standing up for his lady. No, Will Smith was a hurt man who took his frustrations out on a weaker person. And that's not the clown Chris Rock saying he's weak, but there's a clear size difference between Will Smith and Chris Rock. And Chris Rock hasn't gone about his career trying to be a tough guy. Now, a lot of people had comments about him saying he was raised better and he knows not to fight in front of white people. A lot of people said, well, that was a coon thing to say and yada, yada, yada. But I mean, if you know like I know, you definitely don't want to do that. Number one, white people sign both of these people's checks. White people pay Chris Rock millions. White people pay Will Smith millions. Unfortunately, black people don't run shit in Hollywood. So you kind of have to dance around certain things in Hollywood, especially as a black man, because you're not being paid by your own community. Unless you're being paid by Tyler Perry, but he's not going to pay you $40 million. So y'all can cut that right there. Chris Rock played this situation the smartest. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. If anybody disagrees, like I said, the link is open. We can go back and forth about it all night. But I had to address that. And I just wanted to give Chris Rock his kudos for a wonderful comedy special. And he deserved every bit of that $40 million for that. Now,